All right, the weather has changed here in Northwest Washington State, and so it's time to start my winter project. I'm going to show you the parts for my winter project. So I got this Impreza. I picked it up a couple winters ago to start this project. It's a front wheel drive. It's got a 1.8. It's automatic. It's got tan interior. Anyway, so that's one piece of the puzzle right there. Okay. I got a set of these tires that I bought, mounted up on Jeep rims, and here's the rear axle that's going under the Impreza. It's an 8.8 independent rear Ford. Came out of a Ford Explorer, and it's got the independent, and this is possibly the front. I'm not sure on that yet. This is a front axle out of a Ford Ranger pickup. They all have the same bolt pattern. So the Jeep, the Ranger, Explorer, they got the same pattern. So what I like about this is them axles. I don't know if you've ever seen a Subaru axle, but Subarus break. So I want to utilize these hubs, axles, pumpkin, top arms. Bottom arms, they need modified. They don't give you much clearance. This is sitting, in all the way down position, but so those bottom arms need reworked a bunch, or just start over. I'm not sure. And this is a chunk of the frame. That's part of the frame of the Explorer. So I got the Impreza body, got the 8.8 Ford rear end, and possibly the Ranger. And I got these 4 tires, those 2, and those 2. So that's part of it. And then I'll show you this other car over here. I picked this car up. This is also a 1.8. This one is automatic, the 4 EAT transmission, all-wheel drive. This car is in really sad shape, but a few parts, key parts that I need. I need the gas tank because it has more clearance than the front-wheel drive gas tank. And I need the door cards, seats. I need the interior. I need the black interior. Now my other car is a 4-door, and I know this is 2, but we'll see how it works out. So I want the interior out of this one, and the gas tank. I'm not sure what else. So that's the majority of the parts. Now I'll go show you one of the key components. Okay, this is a Nissan Pathfinder transmission and transfer case. And I need the transfer case. Here also is the same. Here also is a Nissan transfer case. So the way this works is this is an automatic transmission, and it has the same internal pieces and parts as the Subaru 4 EAT. So Here we got the Subaru 4EAT. Anyway, that transmission and the one down there buried, the Pathfinder, they both have the same internal components. So what I'm going to do is going to take the tail shaft out of this. No, what am I saying? Tail shaft out of the Nissan Pathfinder and slip it into the back of a 4EAT. And then that'll allow me to have transfer case. So you get me on that? I'll have an EJ motor, a 4EAT Subaru transmission, and a Pathfinder transfer case with the Ford 8.8 rear independent axle. Okay, now for the magic. What we got here is this here's the Pathfinder. Okay, this is the Nissan Pathfinder, and this is the 4EAT Subaru. Okay, so as you can see, the Pathfinder here and the Subaru are the same. Okay. Now in the Subaru's got a longer shaft because it goes through the goes over the front drive, the front differential. So in the Subaru 4EAT, there is one slight difference. This bearing, this bushing is bigger. If you see the size difference, this is a little smaller. So to make the Pathfinder tail shaft work in the 4EAT, this bushing needs to fit that. So you either need to make a thinner bushing so that'll fit the bigger boss, or hog this out to allow it for the stock Subaru bushing. I'm not sure yet on that. So anyway, Subaru, and then in the Subaru, this mounts up here. Subaru mounts in the middle there. Okay, so this adapter I made, this is the rear cover of the stock 4EAT Subaru transmission, and then this piece is the adapter that goes from the Nissan Pathfinder transfer case that bolts to the back of the Nissan automatic transmission. So if you're thinking Subaru, pull this out, okay, and then put the Nissan Pathfinder tail shaft in. Okay, now it's in, and then this goes into the transfer case. So I got one more key component to show you, and that's my motor. Okay, let's go look at the motor. So I picked up this Legacy wagon. It's automatic, and it's got the 6-cylinder 3.0. So this puppy, this is going to be the motor. 6-cylinder Subaru. And I picked this car up because it had the automatic transmission. So got the 6-cylinder, And we got the automatic. So we got the same transmission, the 4EAT. So what we need off of this car is the engine, transmission, everything under the hood that makes it run. Pull the dash, take the ECU, and the wiring harness. So I need the harness to run the transmission and to run the motor. So I think I might have shown you all the parts. Actually, I'm probably forgetting something. So, all right, here's a list of the parts. So we got the two Imprezas. We got the teal 4-door. Started out life as a front-wheel drive with a 1.8 auto. We got the blue one, which is an all-wheel drive 1.8 auto 2-door. Nissan Pathfinder. Grab the auto transmission tail shaft and the parts that hook the auto transmission to the transfer case, and also the transfer case, the Nissan Pathfinder transfer case. Got the Ford Explorer rear 8.8 independent rear suspension, axle setup and part of the frame. Possibly use the Ford Ranger independent front suspension swing axle. Got the Jeep rims, mud tires. They would work out to about 33 on a 16-inch rim. And then the motor will be the 3.0 H6 engine and transmission, ECU and harness. So this transmission that's hooked to the H6 at this point, the back will come off, and then this will bolt onto it. And then also this tail shaft will go into it with a seal right there. So, and then something I need to get, hadn't talked about yet, the suspension's going to be on air cylinders. Well, not cylinders, like an air ride system. Those, like you see on lowrider pickups. I'm going to be able to adjust it from the dash. I could adjust either side to side or front to back. Have a big air tank, good air compressor, with lots of valves. What I want to be able to do is, when you're on the trails, just bombing along, rally in it, drop it down. So drop the suspension down, and then have it down and low for most of your driving, and then when you hit a obstacle, you can raise it up. Now, if you're on a side hill, want to be able to lower the upper side and then raise the lower side. So, anyway, that's my thought. I don't know if it's going to be 100% air or if it's going to be normal mechanical type springs with air on top, so I could to make up the difference or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, so that's the project, the winter project. Here's some of the parts that I had to cut off the Nissan adapter. The Nissan adapter looks something like that. And then this part here bolts onto the Nissan Pathfinder automatic transmission. So anyway, there you go. So to build this car, it looks like we are using parts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least 6 different cars are donating parts for it. I'd hoped to have a 2-door Impreza because that's like the smallest, lightest, simplest EJ style body. But those things they're not hard to find, but people think they're gold. They're here in Northwest Washington anyway. but I was able to find this 4-door, which they're easier to find. But it's the small, one of the smallest, lightest cars, and there's no rear windows to break out. Like on the wagons. The rear windows like to get broken out on corners, tight spots. So I'm going to go with this car. I like the car. It's a rust-free, with a clear title, Washington car. I like the color. So that's okay. The 2-door one I picked up was just for parts. It's too far gone. It's I'd rather start with something nicer. It's kind of a rusty bucket. So there we have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 6 cars are gonna die to build this one car up.